Mr. Speaker, members of the House, my district includes Duluth, Minnesota, the headwaters of the Great Lakes, and of course the magnificent North Shore. I encourage you all to come and visit the first chance you get. And I too rise in strong support of this important bipartisan Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. And I too would be remiss if I didn't compliment our chairman, Mr. Gibbs, and our ranking member, Mr. Bishop, for bringing this legislation forward. And of course, our chief sponsor of the legislation, David Joyce, our good Republican friend. And thank you for your leadership and convincing the office of the president and our budget operatives around here that in this particular case, we needed a little bit more than what they wanted or recommended. I would also remind my colleagues that this is not just about preservation. This is about taking responsibility for some of the neglect out of the past. I can tell you, back in Duluth, there was a time when we had to haul drinking water in for the citizens of Duluth because we couldn't, the water out of the Great Lake Superior wasn't drinkable. And I remember a time when the Great Lakes were so polluted they were catching on fire in some places because of neglect. So in many respects, we're stepping up and we're assuming responsibility for neglect in the past. And I don't mind telling you how important it has been to us up in Lake Superior area. And we've had over 100 projects funded over the years, accomplishing so many things, combating invasive species and mitigating pollution of the past, identifying toxins that represent a threat to the basin and our public health and our public safety, protecting wild rice. I'm an old wild rice picker. You know, you can't have enough good native of wild rice, and protecting wildlife in general. What a difference these projects have made. And last but not least, I would be remiss if I didn't thank our Appropriations Committee members, Marcy Kaptur and Betty McCullum in particular, for your stepping up and your leadership in this. But there is still so much more to be done. And that's why I stand here today and strongly urge my colleagues to give their full support to this important legislation. Thank you, Mr.